Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your betting game by hitting that subscribe button and ensure you never miss out on our daily content. Want exclusive access to premium betting picks? Join our Patreon. Links are waiting for you in the comment section below. Stay ahead of the game with High Stakes. UNLV versus Mississippi. The UNLV Rebels are riding the momentum of a solid 72-65 home victory over New Mexico State. While their offensive performance was mediocre, shooting 36% from the field and 33.3% from beyond the arc, they compensated by drawing 42 free throw attempts. Sophomore guard Dedan Thomas Jr. stood out with 22 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists across 39 minutes. Defensively, the Rebels managed to hold the Aggies to 31.3% shooting overall and 32% from deep, but allowed 27 free throw attempts, a weakness they'll need to address moving forward. On the other hand, the 25th-ranked Mississippi State Bulldogs enter this matchup after an impressive 84-79 road win against SMU. They showcased a solid offensive rhythm, shooting 41.2% from the field, 34.6% from three, and hitting 25 free throws. Junior forward Keyshawn Murphy led the charge with 16 points, 7 rebounds, and a pair of steals in 29 minutes. Defensively, however, the Bulldogs showed vulnerabilities, allowing SMU to shoot over 51% from the field. Prediction: Mississippi State Bulldogs minus 7.5 points. The Bulldogs' aggressive rebounding, ranking 40th nationally with 11.4 offensive boards per game, adds another dimension to their dominance, especially against a Rebels team that ranks 154th with 9.4 offensive rebounds per game. Furthermore, both defenses struggle to defend the perimeter, with UNLV allowing opponents to shoot 35.8% from deep, 273rd nationally, and Mississippi State giving up 31%, 121st. These factors suggest a high-scoring affair. Bet the over 146.5 points, as these offenses should capitalize on defensive lapses and create a fast-paced, competitive game. Coach Matt McKillop and the Davidson Wildcats were handed their first loss of the season in a blowout 104-71 loss to Arizona in Bahamas. They were 15.5-point underdogs, and not only did they fail to cover, but they were also outclassed across most statistical categories. Arizona shot 56.5% from the field and 50% from three, while Davidson struggled with just 38% from the field and 32.4% from deep. The Wildcats did manage to win the turnover battle, 12-14, but Arizona dominated in rebounding, 47-31. On the individual side, Connor Kokera led the scoring with 20 points, and Bobby Durkin had a solid all-around game with 15 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. Providence has struggled offensively this season, ranking 267th in scoring with just 71.5 points per game. They shoot 44.5% from the field, 210th, and 32.4% from three, 226th. Despite this, their defense has been strong, ranked 44th in adjusted defensive efficiency, allowing just 97.4 points per 100 possessions. They also have one of the slowest tempos in the nation, ranked 311th in possessions per 40 minutes, 66.3. With these numbers in mind, it's tough to trust Providence's offense to build a comfortable lead over Davidson, which makes me lean toward the Wildcats covering the spread. Prediction: Davidson Wildcats plus 5.5 points. As for the total, both teams are likely to struggle offensively in a slow-paced game. Providence's offensive inefficiency and slow tempo, combined with Davidson's own defensive issues, point to a lower-scoring game. The Friars' elite defense will make it difficult for Davidson to hit their usual offensive rhythm, while Providence's scoring woes will limit their output as well. Prediction: under 137.5 points. This matchup between USC and St. Mary's is shaping up to be an intriguing battle. USC comes into the game on a 2-game winning streak, and their offense has been potent, scoring 80 or more points in 3 of their last 4 contests. Against Grambling, they shot 50% from the field, hit 7 threes, and got 23 free throws, while also getting solid bench production. Terrence Williams II has been leading the way for the Trojans, averaging 13.3 points per game. However, USC's defense has been a bit leaky, allowing 70.5 points per game and struggling on the boards, ranking among the lowest in the nation in rebounding. Where USC is likely to struggle is in the rebounding department. The Trojans are among the worst teams in the country on the glass, while St. Mary's is bigger and stronger down low, and that could prove to be the difference in this game. Given St. Mary's strength on the boards and their solid defensive play, I believe they'll cover the spread. Prediction: St. Mary's minus 4.5 points. As for the total, both teams are capable of putting up points, and with USC averaging 79.7 points per game and St. Mary's consistently scoring in the 80s, we should expect a high-scoring game. The over has hit in several of both teams' games this season, and with both offenses in solid form, it's hard to imagine this game staying under. Prediction: over 141.5 points. This game between New Mexico and Arizona State has all the makings of an offensive showdown. New Mexico comes in with an explosive offense, averaging 85.5 points per game, and they've been lights out recently, especially in their win over Texas Southern, where they shot 50.7% from the field and scored 61 points in the second half. The Lobos rely on pushing the pace, which they do better than almost anyone, ranking number 1 in tempo in the country. Their offense is high-powered, and they've got some depth, with players like Donovan Dent leading the charge, 17 PPG, 8 assists. Arizona State has been solid offensively as well, averaging 87 points per game over their last 3 games, and their win against Cal Poly showed their potential with 93 points on the board. Their shooting has been impressive, especially from beyond the arc, where they knock down over 10 threes per game at a 38.1% clip. However, despite their offensive firepower, Arizona State's defense has been shaky, allowing 73.5 points per game. That could be a huge issue against a team like New Mexico, who thrives in a fast-paced environment. New Mexico's ability to push the ball and get high-quality shots, combined with their depth and offensive efficiency, will likely be too much for Arizona State, whose defense has not been able to keep up with some of the more potent offenses they've faced this season. Prediction: New Mexico minus 4.5 points. The Lobos' fast tempo and offensive depth will be the difference, especially with Arizona State struggling to slow them down. As for the total, both teams love to score, and with both offenses averaging high points per game, this game is set up for fireworks. New Mexico's tempo will push the pace, and even though Arizona State has been putting up points recently, their defense won't be able to stop the Lobos from hitting the over. Prediction: over 157.5 points. Expect a fast, high-scoring game that pushes the total over the line.